This is figure 4 hip stretch. This is a wonderful stretch to do if your back is feeling tight or if your hips are feeling tight. Here in the chair, our first variation, I've got my foot propped up on a couple of blocks. You could use a stool or any solid low surface that you can prop your foot on. Sit at the front of your chair. Let this leg reach out in front of you and straighten as much as you can. Prop your foot up on some blocks or something and let your knee open out to the side. However far it goes, you're just trying to let it release open. We want that external rotation in our figure 4 hip stretch. Sit up nice and tall, and then we're going to do this in every variation. Turn your belly button so that your belly button is not just pointing down the middle, but you've twisted a little bit towards your straight leg. Your belly button is now pointing towards your straight leg knee. And then you're going to pretend like you have a string going from your knee to your belly button. And that string is pulling your belly button forward, right? It's a very different thing than staying straight down the middle and rounding your back, okay? This is one way some people do the stretch sometimes, right? It's not really wrong, but to get at what we're going for, we're going to lengthen the spine, we're going to twist so our belly button is pointing at that knee, and then you're going to let your belly button draw towards the knee. Not rounding your spine, keeping your spine nice and long, belly button drawing towards the knee until you feel a nice stretch. And then stay there just like that. Breathe into your hips, breathe into your lower back. You can lean on your thigh. The only place you don't want to lean is pushing backwards on your knee. You can lean on your thigh. If you're folding so far forward that you feel like you might even need something out in front of you, you could put a chair or something out here, but that might mean that you can sit on the floor up on a bolster. So keep bringing your belly button towards that knee. Keep reaching your heart out and lengthening your spine. We're doing this stretch for our hip, for our piriformis, for our lower back. It's also really common for people to say they feel hamstring stretch and inner thigh stretch. All of that is correct. Take a few big breaths. Very nice job. Good work. All right. Next, we're going to take a look at variation sitting on the floor up on cushions. The biggest group of people does better with seated poses when we sit up on cushions. And I mean stack them up. Give yourself some height. Look at how high this looks. But when I sit on it, it's going to squish down. So sitting on yoga blocks, sitting on some really solid cushions or a meditation cushion, it's a great way to improve your figure 4. So I'm also going to grab a yoga block in case we need to prop up our knee. So I'm going to sit down here on this poofy thing and look how much it smooshes down. What this allows is it allows me to lift my chest. When we sit all the way down on the floor, so often we're forced to round, we're forced to grip through our hip flexors and our tummy, and that's not what we're going for in these stretches. So please, please give yourself lift. One leg goes straight, the other leg, let's do this leg straight, this leg is going to bend. Okay? Now, sometimes over here, it hurts to let your knee go out to the side. If that's the case for you, I want you to give yourself a little prop. So you can rest your knee, you can rest your thigh on something over there. It shouldn't hurt to just let your knee hang out in space. If it feels okay for you to let your knee hang out there, let it hang. But if it hurts, put a block under it. This leg's straight, this leg's in the figure 4. First thing is to sit up tall. And you can sit up tall because you're here on your cushions, right? Now we don't just stay down the middle. We're going to turn our belly button. We're going to point our belly button right at that straight knee. And then we're going to pretend we have a string on the belly button to the knee. And we're going to reach that belly button over to the knee. Maybe your hand crosses the leg. And you just lean forward however far you can. Keep straightening this leg as much as it will. Keep twisting a little so your belly button is pulling towards your knee. And breathe. And after a few breaths, you may find, oh, I can draw my belly button forward a little bit more. See where you're feeling this. Even if you feel your hamstring or your inner thigh first, you're stretching the lower back, you're stretching the hip muscles because of the position those muscles are in. Keep reaching the belly button towards the knee. Keep leaning forward, and however far you go, you go. You might be here. We don't want to let the spine round in this one. We want to keep reaching the belly button towards the knee. Let's get that feeling first. Good job. And our third variation is sitting down on the floor. This is the right variation if when you get on the floor, you are not leaning back like this and your knee is not bending up like this. If you sit on the floor, both of your sits bones are on the floor, this leg is easily straight, and you can really sit up nice and tall, then this is a good variation for you to do. Same thing, we're going to sit up nice and tall. We're going to make sure that we're square. So in this one, we're not opening like this, not at all. You're very square. You're facing straight ahead, and then we even twist a little more so the belly button is drawing towards the straight knee. Keep letting that belly button draw towards the straight knee. Breathe. Lean it forward. I want you to think belly button, belly button, belly button. That's putting your hips in an anterior pelvic tilt. It's going to feel a little bit like the pouring water out the front. So not pouring water out the back and rounding. This is a pouring water out the front move. A little bit of a twist as well. And that really lengthens all the hip muscles, our piriformis, our glutes. Breathe into that. You're also going to feel some lengthening in your lower back muscles because of this positioning. So draw the belly button to the knee, little anterior pelvic tilt, and then breathe. Fill up so deep into your hips and into your lower back. Good job, everybody. Figure 4 hip release.